Sportskeeda Wrestling, live and at you on demand wherever you are. Could we get a major announcement from All Elite Wrestling? We have a possible idea of what it could be. Someone who's a major voice in the WWE is not making the trip to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel and much, much more. Your comments on screen. What's going on with Pat McAfee? We're going to get right into it on today's Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. Sure the way. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out! I'm in the box. I'm in the box. There we go. I'm in a box. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Kev Kellam. That is Jose G. What's going on, everybody? We are covering everything that's going on here. Welcome, everyone. If you're with us on YouTube, thank you so much. We are growing there, leaps and bounds. Over 21,000 of you are present with us, and maybe some of you joined us for our big watch-alongs this past weekend, our WWE draft specials. Those were really, really cool. We had a great time. Maybe we'll definitely be doing some of those in the future. We also just dropped a brand new interview that I got up with Drew McIntyre. And Drew has a lot to say, especially if you're a fan of UK wrestling, European wrestling. He is gung-ho. He is unrelenting on trying to get WWE in a stadium sometime next year. And he does kind of dust up all the things that people have said that he may have done about getting that show happen and what it was. Also, he wants the sword. Him and the sword in a match. All right, that is coming up. I also have an interview with Dominic Mysterio that's been postponed. That's going to be happening. It's just a matter of when we get to tape it. So that's coming up. A lot to devour on the channel right now. Saddam Singh as well, the big Indian superstar that AEW has signed. We are one of the first people to talk to him in wrestling media about his wrestling career. Shout out to Raju. That interview is up now. Definitely join us in the channel. Let's get into it. We have some news today right here on AEW. Tonight, they have a major announcement. It is the anniversary of Dynamite. Watch out, watch out, watch out. What's going on here, bud?
Yes. Yeah, Kevin. So tonight, Tony Khan is set to make some sort of a huge announcement tonight on AEW Dynamite. Now, weeks ago, we had gotten some news, not only from Andrew Zarian, but also from Fightful, that they were planning on introducing a third title. Today, Khan revealed in an interview with PW Insider that he has an announcement to make, and that it's an exciting one and one that he's proud of, something that's been a long time coming. He's very excited about it, proud of it, and is said is going to really add a lot to the company. Now, a few weeks ago, we had reported here on the top story, you and I were talking about this situation that, they were going to be introducing some sort of another title. There's been a lot of rumors about a trios title possibly coming and a secondary women's title. I had mentioned something about why not a TBS title for the women, have a secondary title for the women, and that looks like that might be the case. Fightful today is reporting that it is the belief that there is going to be a TBS title that's probably going to be for the women now that they're going to be going in 2022 onto TBS.
They needed another title for the women to support what they're doing and their conferences that they're kind of creating. And that's delayed. I think what weren't they supposed to be on TBS a little bit sooner? Now it's been pushed back sometime at some point.
I think they pushed it back to 2023. It was supposed to be early 2022, so not entirely sure on the exact dates, but it's somewhere around there.
True. And you got to make your TV partner happy. Their highest source of revenue comes from their TV rights deal. That is the most profitable part of what they do. Not to say that them selling tickets and merchandise and being a quote unquote t-shirt company is that somebody tried to say about them. That isn't just what they are. But I would say it makes sense. It's a unique thing that they do where they have their TV partners kind of associated with a title. It does make it different from WWE. I'm all for different. Our very own Jeremy Bennett says he wants those trios titles introduced. My thing is, I don't want a pointless title. You know what I mean? I don't want a pointless championship. And they don't have many things that don't have a whole lot of points in AEW. There's some things they do that, like, they don't back up, that don't make sense. The rankings, sometimes they do make sense. Sometimes they don't. There's been times when the women are featured or they're not featured. So I'm not letting them off the hook, and I don't think you should either. But I'm all down for this. There were some other things I was hoping they would announce, but that's just hypothetically what I want, right?
Exactly.
How do you feel about it?
It's interesting because years ago, when AEW, well, not years ago, 2 years ago, or even a year ago, when we were looking at the women's division in AEW, it wasn't really that deep or great as it is now. Now we got a pretty good, solid, deep women's roster. And I think having a secondary women's title is totally justifiable for AEW. On the other hand, think of all the stables that are in AEW, all the tag teams. AEW, they pride themselves on being a tag team company, right?
Yeah.
And I think a trios title would be necessary because you have the tag teams, right? The tag team
I wouldn't
title.
mind a trios tournament, but
I
title
think
that you have there all the time, you know?
Lucha Underground had a trios title, and I think it worked marvelous.
Okay,
and I think if AEW can do something like that, I think that'll bring a lot of value to not only their tag division, but just as a tag division and as a whole in a trios division. So
Ring of
they do
Honor's
trios matches all the time.
Ring of Honor's made it work. You know, and they've made it work. Shane Taylor Promotions, that's a televised promotion. They've been able to figure it out and figure out the divisions and the different groups they have, you know, and they're a really faction-heavy company. You know, they have their camps of different people that are together. So I'm not opposed to it. I just don't want to title it. All right, we're not going to – if you do that, I just don't think
something
you're
that's not meaningless. That doesn't have a point.
Yeah. All these different ideas and different people. People say, "Oh, they're just trying to you're just trying to copy WWE." I don't know how they would be copying WWE because WWE doesn't have a trios championship. I don't believe it as well. We also have that Joker card,
the Freebird title. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Joker card match tonight is a big ladder match with many competitors involved, and the winner is going to get a title shot down the line. Now, a lot of people think there's a lot of different characters that are in this, but that are potentially showing up, right? Everyone wants to know who the mystery man is, right? That's where they always get the hook on you. The classic gimmick, it works. Let me know your predictions.
Wyatt's all elite tonight, Kevin.
Who?
Bray Wyatt's all elite tonight, Kevin.
Well, you have
Braun
Buddy
Strowman's
Murphy.
all elite tonight. I know.
Yeah, you have Buddy Murphy out there really pushing this thing on Twitter, saying why so serious and quoting the Joker. From the comic books and films and stuff like that. A lot of people think this is also Hangman Page. I could also just see, Buddy just playing with people on the internet at this point. That's easy to do in these situations.
We got Jay Feliciano, a friend of yours that knows a thing or two about pro wrestling, says that trio titles can be the cross-promotional feature.
That's absolutely true. That's a title where you can send the trio of guys over to AAA, your lucha partner in Mexico. You could send them over to Japan. You could send them over to Impact and do something there as well. And it's definitely a title that's going to be for mid-card guys. That's going to be a belt for mid-card talent, you know, and something you can do on Dark where you have a title on Dark. All right, we got these three guys on Dark. They're the guys on Dark. And I think that's an interesting thing as well. I'm not opposed to it. But is that something TBS is going to want to have their name on? Because if you're putting TBS's name on a championship title, pretty sure they have a say in what's going on with that. At least to some degree. At least to some degree, you know?
I mean, TBS has a broader audience than TNT. That's one of the reasons.
They have much broader distribution. Yeah.
Yes, and that's one of the main reasons why they're going over there. So I think they're going to have a say or two on what's going to be on TV and what title is going to be there.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, they got people on the hook with what they've been doing. And shout out to our we got Gideon here. I want it more than any. Big fan from Africa. Thank you so much, Gideon.
We're big in Africa. We're big in South Africa. In
Ghana,
Durban,
dude.
And Pretoria, and Johannesburg. Those are my people. I love my people from South Africa. Those are my guys. That's
right. They put us our audio podcast on the charts, the top 20 in
love those guys.
Really cool. Thank you guys so much.
Let's jump into our second story here, Kevin, because we got a former Raw Women's Champion making some news today. Former Women's Champion Ronda Rousey is back in the news after giving birth to her daughter. Did you see her name? How long that name is? I bet you can't even pronounce it, and you're a voice actor.
Yeah. When you have a long, confusing name and you're doing a voiceover, it is the scariest thing to look at on paper.
Get ready for this. So
okay.
Ronda Rousey's baby girl, Laia Kea Makalapua Kananipo Brown. That's the name of the daughter. Don't even. There's
No,
like
you know what? I'm gonna say you did a great job with it, and
Makala
I didn't say it.
I practiced it like 50 times before even mentioning it live on the air today, guys.
Thank you
But
for doing that, because I know I could. That is a weight you could get off the bench that I could not. You know,
but yeah, I'm gonna put the spelling so you guys see the actual spelling of the child. There it is. But yeah, man, she gave birth.
It's a pretty name. It's a beautiful name.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely a Polynesian name.
Mhm.
And but what's cool about this story here is that she's given a comparison of her postpartum to her mother's postpartum. Because if you guys did not know, Ronda Rousey's mom is a badass just like her, because she won the U.S. Open Judo 6 weeks after giving birth. She was
That's
training
crazy.
10 days after postpartum. That's her mom. Now, Rousey today puts an update on what she's looking like, by the way. We have it right here for you guys. Looking absolutely great for just giving birth not too long ago. But it looks like since giving birth, her body's taking some time to heal, just like we would expect it. But she is saying that she is recovering faster than she hoped. But she feels like the baby threw a grenade inside of her at her 6-week checkup. But she doesn't look like she's going to be training anytime soon. She's not going to be getting into the ring anytime soon. She lost a lot of muscle mass, but she is training again. She's getting better, little by little. But right now, don't expect Ronda Rousey to make her way back into the WWE anytime soon, because she is recovering. But man, she's looking great for after giving birth. I mean, giving birth ain't easy, bro.
And congratulations to her. That is such a,
her and Travis Brown. That baby is cute.
I'm saying the act of having a child just sounds incredibly daunting. And maybe I'm just at a certain point in my life where I have a lot of friends who are having kids, and I'm just like, wow, man. You know what I mean? I thought having oh man, I'm like I have the flu for a few days, and I'm like, that is a whole experience.
Oh no,
and I applaud. We have some mothers who watch the show. I applaud that. That is an arduous task.
Big time applaud to the moms.
Some people that have been watching my stuff, and I've been able to run into them, and then you hear about it. It's just absolutely amazing. And then to think that you want to be a top level athlete and a performer like that, it's a whole other thing, And you've seen people do it. You saw Becky Lynch do it. Maybe we'll see the Bellas do this here in a few years, but for everyone, it's a different experience. Is wrestling something she wants to keep doing? She still has a deal with WWE. Parts of that deal, I think, could be extended, or do they absolve that deal at this point? Because we haven't seen her in WWE for over 2 years at this point, haven't we? Not since the end of WrestleMania 35.
Yeah.
So, and I don't get any indication that she's popping up at the Royal Rumble or something like that. That'd be crazy if she did. It'd be nuts.
No.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, it took Becky just a little bit over a year to get back, and she looks amazing, and she has not lost a step. Yeah, so imagine if Ronda Rousey just goes, all the way, man.
Have a child.
Enjoy it. Just like you guys enjoy wrestling, have them enjoy their child.
Yeah,
good old.
And I don't think there should be a pressure.
I'm gonna try one more time.
You're gonna try saying this name.
La Akia Makalapu Kalanipo Brown.
Okay, I think you did it. All right. Man, that is a name. That is
try spelling that in a spelling bee.
Oh.
All right, man. Let's get into our last story.
I think the Ronda Rousey fans are going to come and find us on the internet. That's what's going to happen. Push him with his name.
They're like, how dare you mispronounce her name?
How dare you? Jose, what happened to your arm? I don't know. Somebody came home with a Hot Rod t-shirt.
They call themselves the baddest person on the planet. I don't know. Pat McAfee's in the news again, guys. Apparently, Pat McAfee was not invited to Saudi Arabia to go be part of this year's Crown Jewel extravaganza for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The roster will be traveling to Saudi Arabia the week of October 18th, and then the event takes itself is going to be on October 21. But SmackDown commentator Pat McAfee said that he won't be part of the action. And he says, quote, McAfee said when they're heading over there, I wasn't invited. Good luck. I'm not supposed to be part of that. I'm happy I'm not going or whatever. The show, everyone says it's insane over there. It's awesome until they get stuck there. And then I got to call Buffalo SmackDown. End quote. So little shots fired there from the last issue from Crown Jewel that the entire, well, not the entire, but a majority of the roster got stuck over there. There's a lot of different conflicting stories, but when this happened, a good friend of mine, Hugo Sabinovich, over there on Lucha Libre 9, actually broke the story about what was going on with Saudi Arabia and going on with the roster, but multiple conflicting stories. They wouldn't let him leave the tarmac. And I don't know, something about the bill not being paid. The bill was paid. I don't know what was going on. But there was a lot of issues that happened at the last Crown Jewel. So very understandably, if I'm Pat McAfee, if I wasn't invited, I'll be like, that's cool with me because I don't want to get stuck over there either.
That was a controversial situation. And obviously already being in Saudi Arabia with all the other issues that country has socio-politically. And this is a deal you have directly with the country itself, not with like a media partner there. That I think some people would absolve them of some issues like that. But it's also a very lucrative deal for WWE internationally to go into a media market that is growing and has a demand in it for Western content in the Middle East, in Pan Asia, in that region. They want stuff like this. And so WWE is one of the few Western American acts that will go there and do stuff live. So there is something to this. And you also have a guy who does a midday radio show on SiriusXM, nationally syndicated 5 days a week. Is that an issue for him? Does he want to do that how is he going to be able to do that with a 15-hour flight? Right. So you have that complication. And also he's a guy who did come in and save WWE when this happened before. When they had that issue, and mind you, it all kind of worked out in a way because you got that incredible episode of SmackDown where NXT kind of like invaded, right? And like NXT sort of saved SmackDown, and that was an awesome show. I also think if there's some talent that don't feel comfortable going, there's more than enough talent in WWE to go do a show like this that is comfortable going, that wants to go, that is excited about the opportunity, and will jump on it and go and do it. That's where I see we are. I think if you try and analyze it a little bit more than that, you're just pushing for it. Well, I'm not happy until all the tables are knocked over, like that type of attitude. But also for McAfee,
turn that one over too.
I mean, if you don't want to go, he's a guy. I think he's in a good position, and he's doing a really great job.
Didn't he say that he makes more that being on SmackDown, he loses money, but he does it because he absolutely loves it and it's his dream? Because he makes more money with his radio show and all the other stuff. He makes more money doing that. He doesn't need to be doing Friday Night SmackDown, but he just happens to be very, very good at it.
He happens to be very, very good at it. And I think if you don't want, like, Kevin Owens is the guy who's been reportedly saying he doesn't want to do these. Daniel Bryan, when he was with the company, said he didn't want to do them.
Sami Zayn
is not comfortable with it. And that's okay. And like there's nothing wrong with that. Also admire those guys because there's a lot of money they left on the table. I know Bryan Danielson went and worked one. He worked the Greatest Royal Rumble, right? But he changed his mind about it. This isn't for me, and I think maybe that was before a lot of other issues came up. That was maybe the first one they ever had there. So I'm of the thought, it is what it is. There's going to be big matches at these shows. This show on paper, Crown Jewel, looks pretty cool in terms of what they have with it, in terms of what they want to do with it. Tournament finals for the men and the women, King of the Ring, Queen's Crown, and we're going to get Goldberg. Goldberg has his reported deal to go work these massive matches over there.
It's a special deal only for Saudi Arabia.
So they want a character from the heyday of the Attitude Era. So they get one with Goldberg. He's still active. And it makes sense. And I don't think the Undertaker is in a position where he wants to or feels the need to go do these anymore. Maybe he makes an appearance.
Undertaker's got that Netflix money now, bro. He's got that new Netflix interactive movie. I'm gonna check it out tonight after I'm done with the debrief tonight. By the way, quick plug: tonight we got the debrief. We're gonna be reviewing AEW and NXT 2.0 tonight, immediately after AEW Dynamite, 10:05 p.m. here on Sportskeeda Wrestling. But yeah, I'm gonna be checking that out tonight. I'm going to stay up a little bit late just so I can watch The Undertaker and the New Day
You can
on
play
Netflix.
it because it's like
It's like an
Undertaker and the
interactive
New
thing.
Day. It's a whodunit. You got to get out of the spooky house that the Undertaker is.
Undertaker doesn't need to go to Saudi. He doesn't need to go to Saudi. He's got that Netflix money. He's got the Hollywood money. He's good.
He's doing a PG version of Saw on Netflix. Go check it out. You know, like that's what he's doing, man. He's got.
Would you like to play?
Yes. So WWE Super Show. I'm on 104.9 The X in Rockford, great rock radio station. You can stream it anywhere in the world. You can also win tickets. The upcoming WWE December dates have been announced. Several big shows throughout the Midwest, and they're going to be doing a Super Show with the talent of the show, in terms of a house show, is incredible. Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Charlotte Flair, all on one show. All on one show in Rockford. And if you're a fan of like, I want to go to WWE, but they have the commercials and all the different stuff like that, house shows, whatever you want to describe them, this sounds like an incredible card. I've heard nothing but great things about the live events for WWE since they've been back on the road. And these tickets go on sale this Friday. You can use the promo code if you're in the Midwest and you want to go to this. The promo code is Universe, and that runs through tonight into Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Or you can win these tickets at thexrockford.com, thexrockford.com. Go check it out there. I'll also be having my interview. I'm going to be talking to Drew on the radio. You can watch that interview now. It is up right now. Thank you for getting the promo code on screen. Look at that. Jose is on top of it. Thank you so much. So we're going to be busy. A lot of content coming at you all the time. And we just appreciate you consuming a whole bunch of it. Some people were with us for over 6 hours this past weekend. I'm very, very thankful of that.
There's definitely no shortage of content, guys. If you're itching for wrestling content, wrestling analysis, reviews, facts. Matter of fact, Kevin, he just had a video that just went viral. 5 richest WWE guys. So check that out right now. Quickly approaching 3 million views. So go ahead and check that out. Give us the like, give us the thumbs up, and engage. Just engage. Great job on that video, by the way, Kevin.
Oh no, but I mean, also thank you to Avaroth who edited that. We also had help from Cybercheck on that, and Aaron Nava, our great editing team.
It's a whole team behind it.
We also softly have launched a new channel. It's just for wrestling lists content. We haven't really pushed it yet, but we're gonna start doing some more stuff with it. Search Wrestle Binge. No different than when you say you're going to binge something on Netflix. We're kind of making like individual content like that. And that's a little bit of a separate channel. So we have a little bit more flexibility with the algorithm. You know, sometimes like YouTube and Facebook don't want you. We don't want you to have fun with everything. You know, you like, and they push your stuff down. So we're trying to work our way around it. So go check out Wrestle Binge. We'll continue to put out top 5s on our regular channels on Facebook and YouTube for a while. Thank you guys so much for checking out what we do. We'll be back tomorrow with more wrestling news. Debrief tonight. All right, we're going to talk about this big announcement and all that good stuff. And if you haven't done it, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your content. We're going to be there. And remember, when watching wrestling, do that very important thing, which is what, Jose?
You got to enjoy it. Enjoy wrestling, guys. Have a good night.